And we got our second guest in the building. Man, so when I met this guy, so some people you see coming, some people you don't. This guy is very, very humble, which I love. He's a really great business person, mentor, a whole lot of things to a whole lot of people. So I'll let Wifey once again introduce. Yeah. But I'm excited to have you on today, brother.
A lot of accolades, right? You know, Black power, Black excellence, and like I said at the beginning of the show, serial entrepreneur, the CEO and founder of Epic Consulting, building hospitals around the world. This man is he is pretty lit, y'all. So put your hands together for our newest Spotlight family member, Mr. Theo Bell.
Thank you. So it's hard to introduce you and just glance over building hospitals like that's something light. You know, we don't meet many people that do that kind of stuff. So
I appreciate that.
Accolades to you, brother. So first of all, let them know who Theo Bell is. Like, where did this all start?
Okay, well, great. So first of all, thank you guys for having me. Theo Bell is originally from Dallas, Texas. I'm a Texan, so don't hold that against me.
America's team.
But born and raised in Dallas, Texas, and
God, it's too much.
Graduate of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. So I'm a pilot by nature. I spent 12 years in the military as a Black Hawk pilot.
Woo! That's dope.
And also in the Gulf War. So yeah, I'm a combat
Wow.
You know how to fly a plane, Theo?
No, you know how to fly.
Absolutely. I can get you from here to wherever.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
So you might can talk to me about my fears. We'll talk about that after the show.
Talk about that after the show.
Okay.
Wow, that's serious though.
Yeah,
yes,
12
indeed.
years in. I got out in 96, and instead of becoming, just following that path of being a pilot, it's an opportunity for me to, so I always tell people, when you're working on your side hustle, the side hustle could actually become your main hustle. And so when I wasn't flying, I was actually a master fitness trainer for my battalion. I was in charge of all the fitness for 331 soldiers.
Wow.
And then on my off time, I was a personal trainer. So shout out to anybody in fitness and has any type of side hustle. But I used that to get a contract with the federal government, started the first training program there for Fort Hood, Texas, as a wellness program. So yeah. And I was responsible for putting together the wellness program there, both group fitness as well as personal training.
Wow.
And that led to me getting contracts not only with the physical activities division there, but I also went over to the hospital. I did group fitness for pregnant soldiers, ended up going over to the business side of the base there and doing things like putting together scuba fitness training for kids and teenagers. And then started being an advisor to the general there as he started to put together his gyms. And so I was working with the architects there and the engineers and got into understanding design. And I would actually teach them about what's actually the most the newest thing, the greatest thing going on in fitness, and became a really good advisor to them. And got picked up by a large contractor to come out here to Washington D.C. to do the same thing for them. So that was pretty much my segue from there to getting out here. So I worked for some larger companies in the surfacing industry, and then after 9/11, got into real estate. And so after 9/11, I became a consultant to the federal government and specifically the FBI on some of their buildings as they started to change the security requirements there. I worked for one of the broker contractors, Capital Craig, small 8-acre firm that was responsible for leasing federal space to in the community. And so in about a 4-year period, we leased just under 225 deals, about 9 million square feet. And never had a protest, so we got a pretty good reputation there.
Wow.
So wait, let's unpack it.
Okay.
Woo, that's a lot.
Pilot, right? Really diverse. Pilot.
Yeah, you heard that.
Fitness coach.
Yes.
Trainer.
Yes.
Two different, way diverse fields. Real estate.
Yes.
3 different, way diverse fields,
Yes.
right? Mastering them all.
Absolutely.
Says a lot about you, young man.
I try to stay diverse and I try to stay flexible, and I look at what the trends in the market, and during this trend. So instead of being a broker, I actually started my own broker contract. That's what Epic Consulting is.
Gotcha.
Consulting is a consultant firm to specifically cater to not only the federal government but also those that are actually doing business with the federal government.
Got you. So let's talk real estate for a second.
Sure.
What part of real estate are you actually involved in as far as real estate goes? Because when I met you, you spoke on mentoring.
Yes.
So how does that look for you as far as real estate? How involved are you? Are you commercial real estate? Are you in residential? How does this look?
So that's a good question. Actually, I'm strictly commercial, and I'm focused mostly on offices and any type of medical office space. Where I am right now, after 9/11, again, I was doing this work for the federal government, and then got on the development side, actually helping developers pretty much build for the federal government. So they were looking to try to do the same thing. So I got on the opposite side, and then went back to the agencies and started working with them directly. Those that didn't want to work with GSA, they want to work with me directly to try to help them find sites for their facilities. So I work with FBI on their headquarters. A lot of people know about that particular one. I was actually contracted directly by the FBI to find them a site. And so out of the 2 of the 3 sites that actually they're looking at, I actually found those sites for them.
Wow, Theo.
Wow. So then when you find a site, do you actually get involved with the project itself, or do they?
Absolutely. I get involved from the, not only the site selection process, but also any type of other advisory services that are necessary. And on the commercial side, I've actually done that type of work for some of the local developers. Douglas Development, which is one of the largest developers in the area.
Yeah.
Velocity, which is also a small business out in Prince George's County, doing a lot of good work out there. Shout out to Brandon and his team. And right now, I'm actually developing directly as myself for the VA. So I was going, full circle. I'm a veteran, and I look at what's happening right now. There's not a lot of, opportunities for veterans to actually get to hospitals. So when the government came out with this program to build clinics in communities, I thought that would be a great opportunity for me to get back involved and to bring my expertise to the table. So I build CBOCs, which are community-based outpatient clinics, similar to your urgent care or some of those smaller ones that actually take demand off the hospitals. And as long as it's not overnight, you can go in there and get all the services that you need.
Wow.
So I do that for veterans and their families.
Wow. So that's what
A bad man.
you have a new veterans clinic in Loveland. Is that what that is about? When
Absolutely.
Okay.
So everyone thought I was crazy, but during the pandemic, I actually broke ground in Loveland, Colorado, on a facility, 75,000 square foot facility. I bought 13 acres out there from a gentleman. Went through the whole procurement process. It was all above board, and I won. And I built in about 2.5 years a 75,000 square foot facility. I actually delivered it 6 months early.
Yes.
So yeah, I got a great reputation for
That's
that.
black people something else. All I'm
excellence.
trying to tell you is black excellence is not to be denied. We are doing amazing things in every arena of life.
Yes, we are.
Like, we used to be sports and entertainment, I know that, but guess what? We have arrived. Like, we are really doing some amazing things. I'm so proud of what you stand for, your character. You were the least loud in the room, so to speak, of a room of people that were movers and shakers, and I paid real close attention to you, and you were the most humble guy in the room.
I appreciate that. Thank
and
you.
I was like, wow, he has a lot of humility, and I love humility. And so I just really took a liking to you, and I reached out, of course, to ask you to mentor. And so that's why I asked you to explain it. But I love what you're doing. I love what you have done. And you're a very diverse thinker.
Yes.
Right? Very diverse thinker. I think that's pretty dope.
Yes.
And so what's next for Mr. Theo Bell? What do you have on your radar?
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that as well. So I actually, I'm continuing to bid on these projects. The government has come out with new legislation to say they're going to build like 31 of these facilities all across the country. And I was recently awarded my second project in Nebraska. So I'm building a 25,000 square foot facility for the folks there in Bellevue, Nebraska.
Wow.
So we're in
Theo.
design phase
That's
on
what
that
I'm
right
talking
now.
about.
So yeah,
All right.
I love what you're doing, brother.
Well,
thank you. I
listen,
appreciate
I
it.
love it.
I would
love
love, you know what, and this is going to sound really crazy, but I would love for Spotlight Over the City to, when you have your grand opening at your next thing, have Spotlight Over the City there, and let's put the spotlight on it in
Yeah,
a different
we'll
state.
come
and stuff.
Absolutely, I'll definitely invite you. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Let's
it's a
do
big
that.
deal
That's
what
a
you're
big
doing,
deal.
and I want. So what that does, and it inspires other people that's going into your lane or maybe in your lane, doing it on a smaller scale.
Yep.
To dream big.
Yep.
Sometimes we have to see it to be it.
Absolutely.
We have to look at a Theo Bell to say, yeah, I could build
Yeah.
a building. I can design this, and I can do this and that and the third. And you never know where God is going to take you once you get in the lane. And what
That's
you
right.
showed me is you got in the lane, didn't know where it was going, but it took you somewhere.
Absolutely.
And then that took you somewhere, and you followed.
Yep.
I just followed my passion. I think, Miss America talked about, housing being very important, and some of the things that, inspired her from her father having, mental health issues. And I just saw that, there was a need for someone to go out and do what I'm doing. And these projects are actually set aside for veterans. So if you're a veteran, if you're looking to get into this, when you talk about mentoring, this is what I do. So if you're a veteran, and even if you're not a veteran, if you have an idea, I've done, I've worked with 40 agencies of the federal government. I do a lot on the financial space. And I'm very involved in sitting on boards and helping folks kind of help create the idea that they're looking for. So if it's storage, if it's site selection for Wawa, I've done that as well.
Okay.
A lot of folks have a lot of ideas out there, so I'm here for it.
I love it. So we'll talk off camera, but I want to say if they want to get in touch with you, because we got to wrap. If they want to get in touch with you, if they want to follow through with their dreams, they have a project they want to pitch, how can they get in touch with you?
Sure. I'm actually on Instagram. If you look at Instagram, Theo_Bell is my public. And then I have two businesses. Epic Consulting Firm is my also on that's available for you. And then Epic Healthcare Facilities is also on Instagram.
You can also Google him. I Googled him, and he'll come right on up, y'all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
Google Mr. Theo Bell, and you will see all the amazing things. You'll see how you can get involved. And if you are a serious business person, I would advise you to do just that. He's a great mentor. He's a great man, a great spirit. So, hey, thank you for being a part of Spotlight over the
Absolutely,
City,
I
man. Let's
appreciate
give it up one more time
Give
for my
it
man, Theo
up
Bell in the
for
building.
Theo Bell.
Thank you.
Yes, y'all.
We'll
We've
be
got
right back
another
after
guest.
this commercial break.
I appreciate it.
Spotlight over the City, baby. Y'all good?
Y'all good out there?
Hey.
Y'all good out
Let's go.
there?
Spotlight.
All right, Theo.